Ministering in the church, praying for the sick, trusting God to meet the needs of others, encouraging the people, but not being aware that I was facing a serious health challenge. Some 25 years ago, at about age 67, I received a voucher for a PSA test for my son. Although my only symptom at that time was an increased frequency of urination, I was quite surprised at the results of that test. The normal reference value is in the range of 0 to 4. My value was 40. On the advice of a minister friend, I visited a specialist in Port of Spain who advised that I should consult with a urologist. I then visited a urologist in San Fernando who conducted further tests, including the dreaded DRE, Digital Rectal Examination. Oh my Lord. When the results were ready, he requested that I come in for a discussion, bringing my wife and children. What? This was its diagnosis. There was every possibility that there was a cancerous growth in my prostate. Cause for alarm? Yes. The doctor outlined the possible treatments that were available locally. However, my wife and I had made prior arrangements to vacation in Coventry, England with our son Lee. Minds were working, and God was working in the background. Lee's father-in-law was a medical practitioner who practiced in oncology, but who now lived in Australia. He was able to arrange for me to be seen and have my test results reviewed by one of his former colleagues, a urologist. My local urologist graciously consented to sharing my results and penned a letter to his English counterpart outlining my case. We started on our scheduled 6-week vacation. Upon arrival, no time was wasted. I visited the urologist, who examined me and suggested that treatment begin immediately. The treatment regimen called for sessions of 3.5 hours each, 3 days per week. Quite a start for a vacation. My wife had to familiarize herself with the dispensary in order to collect medication. I was alone one day, awaiting public transportation, when I had a chat with the Lord. I said, Lord, why me? I prayed for sick people, they were healed. Even people with cancer, they were healed. But Lord, why? Why me? I did not get an answer. God has a strange way of providing answers. I surrendered myself to treatment 3 times or 4 times weekly. What was scheduled to be a 6-week vacation turned out to be 5 months. Treatment and counseling by specialists. Let me say this. The Lord provided for our stay in the UK. He provided for my treatment at the hospital. This was not by chance. This was the handiwork of God. The professionals of the hospital refused payment. Being a foreigner, I would have had to pay the attendant professionals, and they included the nurses who took joy in attending to me, bluntly refused. Their request was that I pay the hospital fee. However, the Lord took care of that. The fee was paid by a professional from Australia. God is a great God. He looks after his own. Is it any wonder that he did not give me an answer to my why, Lord? When we left England, I was advised to continue the medication and treatment in Trinidad. There was no pain, no particular signs of any cancerous growth. Medication continued, but unfortunately I stopped. This was my own doing, partly due to negative and frustrating interactions with a foreign medical professional in one of the public hospitals where I received periodic injections as recommended by the urologist in the UK. After some time, I had to take another blood test, this time to obtain my cholesterol level because of my eating habits. At the same time, a PSA test was done. The result was staggering. It read high, 42 plus. My goodness, what is happening? There we go again. My doctor prescribed in tablet form the injections I received years ago. Months passed, many months. Another blood test, and finally, a PSA test returned a reading of 1.8. Oh, hallelujah, 1.8. These are the bare results of my experiences. Let me share some deeper things with you. He put things in place for me. The professionals who attended to me did not charge. The hospital was paid for by another professional from Australia. God took us to the UK. He put everything in place to receive treatment from professionals. Attendant nurses were pleased to attend to me. Counselors who gave of their time. The dispensary attendants who looked after the medication treated my wife with the greatest respect, not even recognizing her as a foreigner. God provided for us while we were in the UK, giving us His favor. We interacted with many people as strangers in a strange land. The Lord brought us back home in fine style. When we checked in at Heathrow Airport, the customer service agent handling the check-in process upgraded our seats to the first class section. Oh, God is a great God. He will do for you what no other power can do. So here I am, by God's grace, about 25 years after that initial diagnosis. I have lived a relatively normal and productive life in the intervening years, with no major health issues. God is indeed a great God. Prostate cancer or problems with the prostate is not a death sentence. My suggestion, get tested. You have passed 45 years, get tested. You have close relatives who have prostate cancer, get tested. You are experiencing symptoms such as an increased frequency of urinating, even having to get up several times during the night to do so, get tested. While you pray and trust God, take the required treatment and medication if you are diagnosed with prostate cancer. Do not stop until you have been declared cancer-free. I was there, and I'm still here. God bless you. This is Lloyd Hart.